Behind the ear, BTE, hearing aids. These are hearing aids that are worn behind the ear and connected to an ear mold, which are placed inside the outer ear. The electronic components are inserted into the hearing aid behind the ear. The sound travels from the hearing aid into the ear through the ear mold. They are generally used by people of all ages for mild to profound hearing losses. The name of these hearing aids comes from the fact that they are discreetly placed behind the auricle. One of the distinguishing features is that they are quite comfortable to wear. Behind-the-ear hearing aids adapt to all types of hearing loss, from mild to severe, so after the corresponding hearing check and depending on the degree of hearing loss and the pace of life we will recommend one hearing aid or another. Behind-the-ear hearing systems collect sound through various microphones, processing this information and transmitting it to the eardrum through the tube using a customized ear mold adapted to each hearing loss. This process restores the best possible sound, spatial sense and speech understanding. Their operation is optimized to suppress background noise, ensuring perfect hearing in any situation. These devices are well protected against moisture, cerumen and dirt to ensure that they are useful for as long as possible. Another feature is the ease of use and handling, both in terms of volume and change programs. As far as design is concerned, as a general rule, you can opt for different housings so that you can select the one you like best. The morphological characteristic of this type is that all the electronic components are housed inside a casing that will rest on the patient's ear. By the elbow at its end is attached to the mold, using a flexible plastic tube. They are suitable to cover hearing losses from mild to deep, being necessary for the latter BTEs of greater size. This is due to the need to incorporate a more powerful earpiece and therefore more voluminous, in addition to being the largest battery. It is the format chosen for pediatric adaptations, since as the child grows, so does the auricle. The only thing that needs to be changed is the adapter mold. This is usually made of silicone so as not to cause injury to the pinna in case of a fall or trauma. Benefits of the behind-the-ear hearing aid: easy manipulation and handling of controls by the user with little manual dexterity, less risk of feedback due to the distance between the microphone and the exit of the mold. Disadvantages: poorly ergonomic microphone position, picks up signal above the ear, more exposed to sweat and moisture damage, less aesthetically pleasing than other formats. New types of BTEs: with the advancement of technology, new small-size behind-the-ear earphones have emerged that take care of the design and aesthetic factor. Between them we can make two groups: millimeters with thin acoustic tube. They have a very discreet acoustic tube, more rigid and smaller diameter than the sound pipe of the conventional mold. This tube makes it possible to dispense with the elbow as it attaches directly to the housing of the retro, and at the other end ends in a standard flexible adapter type olive that is attached to the CAE. They are used in open adaptations. This is especially interesting for people who have an audiometric profile with conserved bass and who for that reason notice a sense of occlusion or plugged ear. They cover mild to moderate hearing loss. Retros with headphone and conduit technology. The different manufacturers usually give them names such as right, receiver in the ear, or RIC, receiver in canal. They have a similar appearance to the previous ones, but, as their name indicates, they have the peculiarity of not wearing the receiver in the box with the rest of the components. Therefore, they are not provided with sound tubes, but a plasticized cable comes out of the casing and ends up in the earphone that will be inserted into the ear canal. By replacing the connection tube with a thin conductor, the presence of resonance ridges inside the tube, typical of classic behind-the-ear systems, is eliminated. Reducing the risk of acoustic feedback allows us to use appropriate ventilation channels that avoid an excessive bass that cause the resonance of the voice itself and the barrel effect. These are more versatile than the mini instruments with thin acoustic tubes because, with the same indication as the previous ones, they can have others only by changing the size of the receiver, that is to say, that they could be indicated for hearing loss from mild to severe. Conclusion: the behind-the-ear hearing aids are among the major hearing aid devices. They fit very comfortably behind the user's ear and can be customized for individual. This type of hearing aid can be used by individual to help a wide range of impairments, and the hearing aid can both be used by adults and children.